Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Above the Bar podcast, where each week we belly up to the bar with a new guest, find out what they do, who they are, and what makes them great. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the Above the Bar podcast. It's your host, Sean. We're bellied up to the bar today. We brought with us one of Chicago's finest. He's from the second city, but he ain't second to none. He is the hitman with a plan. Yeah. Young in age, old in spirit. We brought with us Chicago's own TayOG.
Hey, what's up?
You like?
That was cool. I like that.
Little off the cuff. I try to do my best with those.
Yeah.
We got Tay with us today. We're going to be talking a little bit about his music career, how he got into the rap game, what some of his influences were, talk about some of the music that he's doing, just generally getting into it. We will probably at some point talk about Chicago pizza and Chicago dogs, see what his thoughts are on that, because he's a well-traveled gentleman here. So we're going to get in a little of that, but scholarly.
Yeah.
So before we get too far into this, let's go ahead and get some house cleaning done. As always, over my right shoulder, for those of you that are watching us live, we got Sticker and a Cause. Whatever you're supporting, whatever you got going on, maybe you got your own music career. 2 weeks in a row, musicians. You got your own music career and you're looking for somebody to support you, or you've got something going on where you're supporting an organization, you got your own podcast. I don't care what it is. If you reach out to us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and even our email, it's all the Above the Bar podcast at gmail.com for the email, and everything else is the Above the Bar podcast. Drop me a note. Let me know what you got going on. I'll tell you where to send the sticker to. As soon as I get it, it goes right on air and we read all about it. You can see behind us, we got Aaron, we got we got so many people stickers back here, but everybody's stickers that are already back here. So make sure you take the time and you go ahead and let us know what you got going on so that you can go ahead and check this out. Also, maybe your media is still doing a little Grandmaster Flash and you need to bring that up to, let me think of somebody. I'm going to have to go with my own. You need to bring it up to Jada level, because we were talking about this earlier. Make sure you reach out to Media by Dibs. That's Media by Dibs. He's normally my co-host, but he's out doing that hockey stuff today. So make sure you reach out to Media by Dibs. That's DIBS. You can find him on Instagram at Media by Dibs and on Facebook at Media by Dibs. Or if you go ahead and go on to LinkedIn, it's going to be as Andrew Dibble, DIBBLES. And if you mention to him Belly Up to the Bar, he's going to give you a 10% discount on your first order and a free consultation on what you're looking for. Once again, that's Media by Dibs. All right, brother. Bar is open. Everything is set. How are things in the Windy City?
It's starting to get cooler. I like it.
You got snow already, I imagine, right?
I mean, I don't think last year's winter was that bad, but it's definitely, we had like a 55-degree day the other day.
Yeah, it's already starting.
But I like that, though. I like the change. I'm one of these people that like that. I don't mind the snow. I don't mind it. Like, I'll be complaining, though, that it's where's the winter and where's the summer. But, I mean, I just like it. Like, my family live in Texas. I can't.
What part of Texas?
Way too hot for me. They stay in Austin.
I want to go. Everybody's in Austin. I want to go to Austin.
Yeah, because it's popular. You know what I mean? A lot of new stuff. The Tesla plant over there and all that.
Well, I think about the music, Austin City Limits, stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of things to do downtown.
Now, you were telling me you traveled as a kid between living in Texas and then living with your grandmother up in Chicago, going back and forth. And, folks, he really lives in Chicago. We've talked about this on the show. He's not one of these cats that's like, I'm in Chicago, and really he's like, well, it's 2 hours south. Bro, that's Gary, Indiana. That ain't Chicago.
Yeah, right. That's what we was talking about. But I grew up here, you know, and then my family moved down to Texas. But my grandma, my whole family, like my grandparents, everybody still stays here. And I just, I would spend summers here, coming back, living with my mom, going back, school, sometimes staying here for longer periods of time. And I mean, I was always living back and forth for like maybe like 6-7 years.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So now, what kind of influence? I'm kind of curious of that, as it just kind of came to mind to me with the the whole Texas element here. What kind of influence did like Texas Southern style music? Because Southern rap is still different than everything else. It's still a different vibe. What kind of
Yeah.
influence did that have on you and the new mixtape that's coming out? And I almost forgot to put that up for everybody. Let me get that up here and situated. The new album, and you got a little the new album Feelings of a Savage too. What kind of influence did that have on that?
I mean, I think just like my whole way of I know music today, it has to do a lot of my life of growing up here, growing up there, especially like music and hip hop and a lot of that stuff like style and fashion. For some reason, it takes a long time to get down south. Like it takes a little bit. So like people be dressing, people be kind of slower to get music down there than they are to get up here. And it's just like they listen to different music everywhere you go. You know what I mean? So like I kind of just understood that, and that's why I feel like my music streams the way it does. Streams here, like pop, like little pickets here, there, because it's like that's what I've always known it like that. You know what I mean? Just going back and forth, seeing the two differences because it's very, very different. Like the Midwest to the South is very different.
So now, when you say they're listening to different, does it feel like down there it's more of the local music? Like, hey, somebody, I know ain't nobody selling their tapes out of their trunk anymore, but is it more of the local artists that they're listening to? What is the vibe more like?
Yeah, definitely. Um, Chicago music, people, yeah, they listen to like their own Chicago artists, but they'll also listen to the bigger artists. They'll all listen to their own, like, their own Future, Drake. They listen to everybody, like, they listen to everybody, but like Texas kind of got that like pride of Texas, like pride of Longhorns. Like they listen to only Texas rappers, like, or I'm not gonna say just Texas rappers, but like Southern rappers, and that's what they do, like Houston, Dallas, all those people like that. They always kind of like how LA rappers listen to LA people. That's how like Texas be really for real. That's how they kind of like just stick together, really.
Gotcha. So,
Well,
so
yeah, we don't
coming.
do that here.
No,
Chicago
I was
don't do
about to
that
say,
here.
well, I mean, I don't know how many people know this. Chicago is the transportation hub of the United States.
Yeah,
Everything flows through Chicago.
yeah,
Everything you buy at some point, probably, if it went coast to coast, it went through Chicago. I mean, all the railroads are there. Everything's there in Chicago. So you got a lot of transplants, a lot of people coming through.
yeah.
How is that then going back up to Chicago influence things like Feeling of a Savage 1 and Feeling of a Savage 2? How has that influenced it?
Um, I feel like being over there, so everything's like bigger over there. You know what I mean? Like let's say I want to walk to like a gas station. It takes you like a little ways to walk. Like I feel like here I can just go down like one block and there's the gas station or there's stuff like that, right? So it almost makes it seem like the days are like shorter here than they would be in Texas. Obviously, sunlight, obviously all that, but like it just makes you, you know, go through the moods quicker, I would feel like, and a person like me who I keep like my emotions very high always and just how I am, always thinking, always whatever, I feel like that plays kind of a part. I mean, if it's dark, you get to do this. If it's not, you get to do that. Like, you know what I mean? So always just, it messes with you a little bit. Like my dad and my family will call me and it's pitch dark in Chicago and they're like in the sun swimming in their pool. And I'm like, damn, like, you know,
Oh, that I every time I got friends down south and they're like,
yeah.
"Hey, what's the weather like?" Bro, don't even start. I got 18 inches of snow out here.
Yeah,
It, it,
my
it's
car won't start. I'm trying to shovel it out.
right. I can't get out the driveway right now. Don't start with me. So so how long have you, because we were kind of talking about this before the show, you had friends that influenced you and we were joking, hey, if you want to, spit a couple bars, make something happen, feel free to. But you let me know something about you and your style that I thought was really unique. And I feel like it's one of the most honest things that I've ever heard from somebody who raps, that what you said was, man, I don't do that. I sit down, I put pen to paper, I think it out, I have
Yeah.
a process. I'm not just blurting things out. How did your process come about, and how did you get into all this?
Like music or like how to
Music,
write or just like
music, rap. You know, you were telling me you had a lot of friends who liked the rap battle and all that
yeah.
back in the day.
I mean, so I had a select like group of friends, and one of my best friends, like he was straight rapping. He was always a good freestyler. Like he could just rap, boom, rap his ass off. And they would always, try to make me rap and me what do you call, but like I just can't formulate words that fast. Like I gotta, it doesn't make sense. Like if I'm not gonna, put some meaning behind what I say. So I felt like they would always allow me to rap, but I would rap like a written that's on my phone, but like it was still on beat. It was good, but it was just written. And so like they would always make fun of me or whatever. But that's just how like we started and gained like my little confidence or whatever, because like I was always writing. I can't just say things off the top of my head that's not going to make sense. I guess I just don't know, but I'd rather my words mean something than to just like, what I mean, forget about it easy because I said something like stupid or out of pocket, like some dumb shit. Like, you know what I mean?
But I get it completely. And look, I kind of hinted to this for those that caught our before we had a little quick Instagram we jumped on for a moment. For those that caught that, I was just listening to your song the other day. I can't think of which video it was in the golf cart. Which song is that?
Leather skin. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
And you were wearing a Bass Pro hat. And I love good rap lines. I love good one-liners. I heard a thing the other day. I was watching a special about Fat Tuesday out in out in California, and they were saying how rap music and a lot of rappers align with comedians because of the way they put pen to
Yeah, like
paper and they
punchlines.
and punchlines.
Punchlines. Yeah, yeah,
But when you said I wear Bass Pro because I'm reeling bitches in, I
yeah.
was like, all I could think was,
Yeah, that was funny, right?
I was like, yeah, because that's some dumb shit that I would say to people like,
Yeah, exactly. But like that's
I
just like
love it.
something I just feel like that's just something it made sense, you know what I mean? Like
Oh,
it
it was
made
so
sense
perfect.
and I didn't care. So it was like, hell yeah.
It was so perfect. And look, folks, if you're looking to figure out what else Tay's got going on, you can find him. He let us know early on his big spot to find him is on IG, Instagram,
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
gram.
yeah.
It's at DA Real Rebels with an S at the end of it. So that's at DAREALREBELS at the Real Rebels. So make sure you go give him a like, follow, do all those things, blow him up. I got a feeling he answered my message this morning, so I feel like if you give him a little message, he might even answer yours
Yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah.
got questions. But you just also you started doing this. You're going through high school. At what point did you say, "Yeah, music career. I can do this. I'm gonna have a music career."
I never to be
You still
honest,
have
like
it.
I never said like I wanted to do music. I only did music because it was like I always wanted to make music, but I never understood how. I didn't know no connections to the studio. Like my friends that were rapping, like I wanted to be like fashion. I like doing the pictures on Instagram and the Tumblr and like the whole I like the street fashion of it, like the whole pro era, like Joey Badass, ASAP Rocky type stuff at that time, like the New York fashion. And so I was just being myself and wearing just the early Pyrex of the early like off whites and just being a fashion kid, right? And I would take pictures from my other friends because obviously they like my style. And so like I ended up being at a studio one day taking pictures of him, one of my friends. And then like I would ask him like, hey, let me get in the studio time with you, blah blah blah. Let me get in with you. And then he would tell me, nah, like nah, because like nobody wouldn't let me rap. They wouldn't let me rap because they thought like, oh, because I can't freestyle, I'm not a good rapper. I can't make music. I'm like, okay, well, I just eventually like got my own time, you know what I mean? And just I took off from there, kind of just learned. But that was after a while, I was already 21, 22, and that was me already doing life, I already tried going to school. I stopped going to school and then I went back to school and I tried to just job, trying to grow up, right? And I just said, I want to do music and if I'm good at something, let me just keep on, like let
Right.
me
No,
actually
yeah.
try and let me just keep on like You know what I mean? Like actually go for it. So
So you threw caution to the wind and said, "Hey, let's give this a shot, see what happens here."
yeah.
What was your family's response when, most times you hear people when they say, "Hey, I told my family I was going to do this," and they're like, "You're out of your mind. You got to go do this. You got to do all these traditional things." How was your family's
I
reaction to that?
well, you know what's funny? I remember like when I was younger. So I kind of had like family troubles growing up, maybe like high school years, and I think I was writing something in a piece of paper, and I wasn't going to school anymore either. I was maybe a junior or senior. I wasn't going to school anymore, and so I was writing something at the table, and it was like rap. It was like rap lyrics in a notebook, and I was listening to a beat on the computer, and then like my dad just comes in and like hard day at work, and I didn't clean no dishes, I didn't do nothing, like whatever, and he see me and he grabs my notebook and he's like, "You think you're gonna be a rapper? Like you're gonna be make music?" And so I remember I'm just like 15, 16 years old crying and stuff like that because it's like whatever, right? But when I started growing up and making music, one of the first person that actually was like, oh my God, you should keep making music. You actually like, why does this sound? This sounds good. Was my dad, the same person who told me, like
Wow.
so it was just like funny, like how it just comes about and really he's played just my family just has always been supportive, like whatever I wanted to do I kind of always like commit to things, like I like to do things just straight head on. It's just how I am. I can't do things like 50%, so I just gotta go all in. And so they
All
I
or
kind of
none.
respect it, I guess. They respect it because I just be honest with my parents and or my family, like they get it.
No,
You know
that's
what I mean? I try. I've always tried. Like I'm just gonna keep on. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's a huge thing, though. I mean, family, if they blew you off and said, this is bullshit, you're garbage. We don't, stop
yeah,
playing games. That hurts your relationship with them, but that makes that much tougher for you moving forward with in the process.
yeah, right. But like, no, like my whole family, my mom, my parents, they be blowing up their own Facebooks, posting my music, and it's like they're so funny, right? And then like my grandma, my whole family, really, they be playing me at the functions, like at the family parties, and I'm like,
What?
can you turn this off? I'm not trying to listen to this right here, like,
Right? Like,
but like that's what they're really listening to, though. Like that's what they're really doing.
please tell me grandma's over there going, "That's my baby.
She is,
You
I
see that
swear to
baby
God,
right there?
she is.
That's my baby. Y'all babies ain't shit. That's my baby right there."
Yeah, I
I love it.
swear.
I love it. Oh, grandma out there, oh, making it happen. Please,
Yeah.
please tell me grandma knows how to bankhead bounce. She'd be out there like, ah, oh, that'd be so great. So, you get into this. So gosh, so what's this put you at? How many years you been doing it now?
Like music, maybe
Yeah,
like I don't know, maybe like 2, 3, maybe like 3 years going
really?
on. Like yeah, like 3 years, like probably right before COVID. Like, but maybe like the last 2 years have been maybe a serious where I actually have a team now and taking it serious, like going through this, going through that, and actually doing more streaming numbers. So really serious. I'd probably say like 2 years, but probably made my first song like going on 4 years. But
Oh,
that
wow.
was like in a weird time because right before COVID happened, and you know what I mean, and
Right.
like, and then like, uh, just me transitioning to my life, like making music, and then I also have a 5-year-old daughter now.
Well,
So
congratulations. I have a five.
thank you.
My youngest is 5.
Oh yeah, they just like to test you every day,
Look,
every day. Like it's a every day they like to test you because they keep learning
mhm.
stuff. And so
and
that's
they
just like,
and they want to talk like they 15 instead of being
yeah,
5. Mhm.
yeah, right,
Oh yeah. Look, I know exactly what you mean.
yeah.
Uh, so what I know you mentioned a couple of people from back, a few years ago that were kind of your influences. Anybody, is it really more the modern, you know, rappers that are out there that have influenced you, or does any of your influence really go back to the, we were kind of talking about Grandmaster Flash, LL, Cool Mo D,
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane. Does any of your influences go back that far, or is that just like I'm talking senior citizen shit to you?
No, no. I mean, like
I mean, you can't have
I
OG at
I
the end of
like
your name
to
without that. I mean, come on now. They
right?
had a real. I mean, come on.
But like I like to draw my inspiration, to be honest, like further than just like rap, hip hop, and rappers. Like I
Oh,
like
really?
a lot of other things. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I just make music, and however it comes out, it comes out. Like I don't just think like, oh, I'm gonna rap super fast. I'm gonna just make it a rap, or I'm gonna, like sometimes I feel this way, so I'm gonna make it this way. Tomorrow I'm gonna feel hyped up. I'm gonna make it hyped up tomorrow, right? So it's just how I feel. And so a lot of like my inspirations, like I like Michael Jackson's. I like anybody that could be like themselves and have good music that will like live on. You know what I mean? Like the people that are the pioneers and the people like that actually like I don't know if you know his name Brendan Urie. He's the leader of not the leader, but he's the lead singer of Panic at the Disco,
I
like the
know Panic at the
alternative.
Disco. I
Yeah,
know
Panic
Panic
at
at
the
the Disco.
Disco. That's
Yeah.
his. That's his. His name Brendan Urie. And so I like, and he's funny because he makes the Into the Unknown song for the little kids, and the I think it's Frozen or something like that.
Oh, really? Is
So
that? I didn't
whatever.
know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. So it's like I be jamming with my daughter, and we both like it. You know what I mean? So it's like I just like people who are talented. Even like today's rappers, like I said, I like a lot of Chicago rappers as well. A lot of just people, but I like anybody that just be them, that can be themselves, like that just have their own unique style. Because I don't feel like I'm mimicking anybody. I'm really just living my life, and if it feels like I'm copying a song, shit, that's probably because I was just listening to your song. You know what I mean? Like I can't help. What you mean? Like I was probably just listening to it. That's
Well,
exactly why.
I said this to somebody the other day. There can only be so many beats. There can only be so many.
And it's like once you realize like a lot of things, it be the engineers who really make your song. You know what I mean? And if you don't have really like a lot of people just go into the studio and they don't be locked in with their engineer. They just kind of like, oh, I want to make it hot like this. Like what's his name? Like what's his name? Like this. I want to be like this. So it's kind of just the same thing sometimes. But I mean, it works out for people. It's like whatever. But I mean, I'll just make whatever I feel like making, and I know somebody's gonna feel some type of way. If you don't like the first two songs, it's the third one, the fourth one, I promise you're gonna like something. You know,
Well,
like
you got nobody nobody releases on the 16th. Is that right?
the whole tape is gonna release on the 16th, so I think
Okay.
Friday night, so like Saturday or Friday night, something like that. But the single should be it's called Nobody, I believe. Yeah.
And I will tell you, folks, check Nobody out. Where all can we find that at? So I know it's on. I know it's on Spotify.
Yeah, on Spotify, on pretty much on all platforms. It's gonna be
Oh,
on Spotify, Apple Music. You could pre-save. I find the link in my Instagram bio to pre-save it, and pretty much it's gonna be everywhere on Friday.
and I'm gonna tell you, folks, it's a hot song, and it definitely. I felt what you were going through there with that. Where was the influence to that song, Nobody, that you were kind of where you created that one? Because I know listening to it, I was like, I get it. I get what he's saying. Where would that come from for you, though?
I just feel like um a lot of times you only love not you only love yourself, but like sometimes it's like you only have yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like what are you gonna do? Are you gonna like bow down? Like if you only have yourself, who do you have? You know what I mean? It's kind of like, are you just gonna sit down and fold? Or are you gonna like get you out of that situation? And I'm just like, at least I got myself. But I feel like the whole thing is if you really got to listen to the music, and like you said, you listen to it, and a lot of the music is just like you people that can relate. You can relate what you're going through, and you can relate like it kind of tricks you because you're like, okay, makes sense. I like this. But like if you're really listening to, you're like, all right, you feel a type of way. You get that it's either sad or this or that. So it's like that's why I kind of like throwing in like puns or bars or stuff like that because it just makes it all together. You know what I mean?
I love the
And
puns.
stuff
I
like
love
that.
puns.
So
You've definitely got a talent with it, and you can definitely put it together. What were some of the things that so I mean, like I said, you started made your first song 3-4 years ago. You've been real serious about it for the last 2 years. What are some of the things that you're learning now that 2 years ago, 3 years ago, self getting into the music piece that you would have liked to have told yourself, or you could tell somebody who's like, yeah, I think I got skills. I could do this. I can get into this. What are some of the things that you would say, look, here's the pitfalls. Here's some of the things you need to watch for. And here's some of the things you should be going for to make your life easier.
Yeah. Um, I think just be yourself. Just be yourself, because like if you're not yourself, they'll like catch up to you, you know? And just like, how do I put it? It's
How is it finding even
just
people
like
like to work with? Like you said it, I didn't know how to find a studio. Somebody else knew how to find a studio. Like how do you
yeah.
go about those pieces?
I mean, it's like if that's what you really want to do, if you really want this, you know what I mean? Like this isn't something, just like you probably want to be a huge podcaster one day. You want to be something like, you're gonna put
Absolutely.
in the grind, you're gonna put in this, like you're gonna look for, where can I get a better mic quality? Where can I get a better this? So it's like you're gonna look just like I did. I didn't know where I was going, granted, but I was going to some little studio like that's in somebody's hotel, or not hotel, but somebody's one bedroom apartment in like a shady neighborhood, like it wasn't supposed to be there. You know what I mean?
Did you
And
find
like
a
I
trap house
eventually
studio?
realized, yeah,
Did you,
it was
did
bad, cats everywhere and shit. Like for what? Like,
No,
and
tell me
so,
more
but
about this. Hold on. Hold
dude,
on. You can't skip that. There was cats everywhere?
yes, like there used to be a. I was like a. So kind of like a one bedroom apartment. This guy had his kitchen table, and he was doing a mixing on his kitchen table, and across from him was like a big old ass TV, like a old TV, like the big boxes on the floor TV.
Like a
And then
tube
right
TV.
next to that, yeah, he had like three cat litters. And right next to the cat litter was the stand, but it was up against the wall. And so like he didn't have a thing to like what do you call it, to hear
To
the
catch the
sound.
sound. The sound
Yeah.
yeah.
And so we would use like a sheet over your head sometimes. Dude, it was terrible, right? But
I'm sorry.
this, but like, but if you really want this, like I said, I want this, like I really want this. So you go and you find another studio. Like I looked up another studio, I found one, I went. It was way out of my like. I shouldn't have went there. They were way too good for me at the time. I didn't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? Like it was like it was like 65 an hour, 70 an hour for 1 hour over there, and I was like made two songs, but it was like I shouldn't have done that. I didn't. And then I found another studio, and that's the studio I've been to this day.
So
So
so wait a second. So you went from like the Craigslist of studios
yeah, to
to the Apple Music.
to the greatest studio, like a good one. And imagine you like it's too much. You weren't ready for that. You don't know, he's trying to like give you the best he got, and you don't know how to put your song together because you're not. You know what I mean? Imagine
Oh,
playing it on a sports team and you don't know their plays.
right now,
Like
I
that's
just I would just like I would like to see this other one because all I can think of is this chubby dude with like a box of food sitting on the table on the other side of the mixer, being like, "Yeah, man, I need you to go ahead and do that again, bro. Your cat's biting my feet. Can you get this fucking cat away
yo,
from me?"
dude. It was, and then hot. It was hot as hell in
Oh,
there.
hot and smelling like
Yeah,
litter box.
like there was no
You should have
room,
made
and
a
like
song about that.
his daughter would come in the whole. If you come open the door, it literally
Shot.
the whole place. And so his daughter would come in, you're recording, and but I'm just like, man, this is crazy. So I just had to move up. You know what I mean? I had to move up.
Like, did you know instantly, like, this isn't how this is supposed to be? Like, I've been in studios with friends before. This is not how
But
this.
I don't know. But no, because like I
Oh,
just
you were
feel
good.
like
You were like, yeah, it seems legit.
I was like, hey, I at least know what I'm doing. I know what I want to sound like. So let's just get closest to it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know.
Oh, what other see, I love stuff like this. What other kind of things have you seen in the studios where you're like, did I did I just see that? Like, I mean, we've all watched some of the movies that are out there. We were talking about NWA earlier. We've all seen Straight Outta Compton. We've seen the Biggie Smalls docu pick where, they're in the studios and guys are like, I love the show Little Dicky. I watch his show, and crazy things are happening in studios.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything like that, or is that more movie
I
magic
mean,
kind of stuff?
I mean, it just depends how people like to live their life. You know what I mean? Like how people like to like what are people's situations? You know what I mean? Because like I go into the studio and sometimes I don't even like bringing people. I just like me and my engineer, and it could be any type of size studio. It don't even matter. And then sometimes it's just like sometimes I got all type of people over there, and they trying to have a party in there, and I'm trying to record, but it's like it's either me or the label paying for that. So it's like I'm trying to work though. You know what I mean? Like I kind of take my studio sessions more serious right now, rather than if I had more, luxury and more time and more maybe stuff like that, maybe I would do more stuff. But like I've known some people that get messed up in this studio, messed up, like stumbling out this studio, like talking like, well, like, oh man.
Like, I mean, I guess but if you're paying for that, why on God's green earth?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't have one. I feel like everybody got a cool story. I'll be like, I
I'm
feel like
with
I'm
it.
going in there to work. I need to get, if I don't go and get these 6 songs right now, my team gonna be pissed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I gotta like then I you know what I
I got
mean?
to explain that to somebody.
And
This
I
is
got
somebody
things to
else's
do.
dime.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a 5-year-old. She be beating me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got things to do, and it's like I'm trying to fit everything in. And like I said, I'm a perfectionist. So I like if I have studio this time, I kind of just like my whole music style is I write everything down I script it all out to the ad libs, to the introductions, to the how I want to sound, more reverb, more this, more that, just because I don't want to waste time. You know what I mean? Like it's already hard getting content out as it is, and getting people to listen to your music. So why making the music be hard? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you talk about that you write everything down. Do you ever let anyone in your life, maybe dad, whoever in your life, like, hey, read this, tell me what you think? Do you ever let that happen? Or is it like,
Oh,
nope, you get to hear it when I'm done?
no, no, all the time, all the time. Sometimes I got like a select core of friends, and like I just have to feel it. I have to feel a certain type of non-judgment around my friends because like it's weird if you're playing the music and like I'm gonna be like, "Hey, turn on this beat. I want to show you this song. Let me know what you think." And I'm rapping it or I'm listening to my phone, and you know you can't you can't say it all in one breath. So you're like trying to, and then you're trying to go again. It's not gonna sound exactly like in the studio. They're not gonna understand how how you want to sound with your effects, how this, how that. So I just kind of show them like the basics of how it sounds and how like the hook is how the hook's gonna be if I'm using like a different type of voice, and they kind of get it. You know what I mean? And I show them like I can't show them my lyrics because reading the lyrics you're not gonna get it.
Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, and they're not gonna know how I want to up downs whatever. So like, but I'll do it for them, and someone will be like, okay, yeah, yeah, or they'll tell me like, I like this one better. I like this one. You know what I mean? But just like a select few, maybe like my brother, my friends.
So you got to be on the inner
Yeah,
circle.
yeah, you gotta be
You
on
got
the
to be
inner,
the
and
inner
just
inner.
and it ain't even because like the inner. It's just like I won't feel comfortable. Like it's weird. Come on, man, it's weird. I gotta rap to you like this.
Let
Come
me hold my
on.
phone. So let me tell you a story about a.
That's what it is. Like it's right there on my phone. Let me read my phone. You're like right next to me. You're looking at me like weird.
You feel like a herb at the moment. You're like
No, I
like
just find the realness in this. That's all. I just find the realness in this, and I keep it like 1,000 for everything because I like the music part. I really. And this goes back to the people like we talk about the Michael Jacksons, the Chris Browns, the people that are just great entertainers. I feel like I could make music. I feel like forever if I really just did it, and somebody would like something because I would listen to my own self. So it's like somebody has to feel like you know.
now, how many times have you used that as a pickup line? Like, hey girl, let me talk to you. Have
It's,
I'm a
it's,
rapper. You
it's
know,
talk to you.
I I'm legit. I
I
got.
don't even need to say nothing. I'll be smooth, man.
Oh, you. I mean, I saw you.
I
I mean, we posted
know.
a couple pictures. I mean, I saw you in your Huxtable sweater and everything. I mean, you was
I be
making it happen.
I be smooth. I be just hey yo, and then we start talking, and then I be lying. I think I be lying. I be trying to boost myself or something, but I be lying, and then
Oh, girl, you didn't know? You didn't know? Me and Drake,
hey,
we hang out.
hey,
But and it's legit because you got like a Drake CD or Drake on your phone or something like that. We be hanging out. You don't know what I mean by hanging out, but we hanging out.
yeah.
I love it. So we were kind of talking. You got some things you're getting ready. You're putting together as far as shows that you got coming up. You're trying to really hit the college tours and everything. Where can people, some things that you got coming up and putting that stuff together?
Yeah, no. So there's really this tape, this feeling of a Savage 2. The second installment. This is the second mixtape. I'm really looking forward to people hearing the different sounds, the different just waves, and like once you hear the whole tape, you'll understand like where you can listen to it. You know what I mean? You can listen to it to a car, you can listen to it, you can bop your heads to certain sounds. So we really want to figure out where we're gonna grab these people and what really bounces, you know what I mean? What works. And then we're gonna hit like the college tours and just try to get more content for everybody. And because like that's just what I really trying to aim for is more content, more videos, more stuff like that, and kind of like the
Now, do you
visual aspect.
now do you ever get on and try to do anything on Twitch, any of that kind of stuff, like put your music on there?
I mean, I let my team focuses on putting out the music a lot. I kind of just focus on like the whole image stuff. Like I try to take more pictures. I really like fashion and stuff like that, so I like the whole
You got good
Instagram
photos on your IG.
aesthetics. And I
Yeah,
try,
you got
man. You don't know how much I go in my head trying to like, oh my god, wait, this don't match up square. I got to delete this. It's like I'm an aesthetic person. I just I like it. It don't even. It's just for me, for my pleasantry. I don't even care if I get 2 likes on it. If it looks good to me, I'm gonna keep it.
you got
You
you
know,
got to feel it. And look, if you want to check out that IG, folks, go on to Instagram. It's at DA Real Rebels with an S at the end of it. Go ahead and check Tay out. Make sure you're logging on there. Make sure you're also going on to Spotify, Apple, anywhere you're getting your
yeah,
music
yeah,
at,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
check out
This Friday,
you this Friday. We're going to have
yeah.
Feeling of a Savage 2. Feeling of a Savage 1 is already out there. So you can go check out Feeling of a Savage 2. And as I tell everyone, don't be a cheap ass. Buy the album. Don't try to do nothing else silly. Buy the album. These artists, when they're trying to make something happen, it takes them almost 1,500 downloads of one song to equal you buying an album. So don't say, man, your
So go
music's really
listen.
great. I
So
love your
go
music.
listen to it.
It's great. I love your music. It's awesome. But yeah, man, good luck. Keep it up. Stop being a cheap ass.
Yeah,
Uh, go spend your money. Go see what he's got going on. If you on the college tour, make sure you send me them dates. You can post it on our Facebook page. We want to know what you got going on. We'll let everybody know what's
yeah, for
going on
sure.
there. And we're gonna have to get into some other Chicago related things. But one of the things you've mentioned a couple times is you've got a team, and you've got people in your corner. How are you approached? Because we've had a lot of music people on the show, a lot of folks that are into music, and I've had some people that are like, look, all people that want you to be on their album or want you in music, they're sleazy, they're dangerous, they're just trying to steal your money. I've listened to that. And then I've listened to the other side where people are like, you know what? My people are great. They know what I'm
Yeah.
after. They know me. So what are some of the things that you've done? Is this the first team you've ever had, or did you have some folks and you had to walk away? Anything like that so far for you?
Um. Yeah, this is kind of like the first team I've ever had. I've had teams inside of my team, but like I kind of just let people know where I'm at and where my space is and where what I think I want and what I know I want. And within my team, they just after trial and error, I guess you to everybody each his own, to everybody's own contracts and stuff like that, to everybody whatever they're doing. I just find it easier for my team, and they get they have an understanding of what I want, you know what I mean? Of what I want and what I'm trying to accomplish. And if I feel like you should really pay attention to like don't just sign anything that you're not sure if you're not, because like I feel like my music is very important to me. You know what I mean? My music is very important to all my family, my everything. So it's like I need a team that's gonna believe in my music even more than I do. And I feel like if I feel like your loyalty is there, then that's what it is. I'm just gonna ride out with my
You got you got to
people.
you got to ride with your peeps. Uh,
But other people are different. You know what I mean? Other people think they should get more money. Other people you should like everybody's to each its own. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own story. So like I said, I just stick to mine, and I work well with my people. I don't like change. I like keeping my own select few that hear like I said, hear the music. I go put it out, maybe like 1, 2 people in the studio, not too much. Get my little thing and I'm out. Like I gotta get it. I gotta get it out type thing.
I get that completely. And the worst fantasy football draft picker on the planet just popped in. Nate, did you see the video I posted for you? I hope you saw it on our we play fantasy football. I harass him at all times.
Yeah.
Nate's a great dude. Nate gets for those of you, if you're looking for somebody to help you out with getting on shows, reach out to Nate. He is very good at that stuff, but he's horrible at drafting for fantasy football. All kickers. I don't know how he did it. He's got 11 kickers on his team. I don't know
what.
It's horrible. He don't know what he's doing.
Week 1 must have sucked for him.
Oh, he had 35 kickers on his team, and we don't even have 35 slots. I don't know how he did it. 115 kickers if he could have them. He would have all of them, just nothing but kickers. But he's into the Rockettes, that's why. But he's got one of the questions that we were going to kind of get into. So, you played some live shows, you've done a little bit. What is your go-to travel food? Like, hey, you're out there, you know you're traveling show to show. What does TayOG need to have in his rider that, like, hey, you all need to have this from me?
I need to have. You know what? I'm a very like. And he said food, right? So
food, drink.
Food. Well, okay. So, but drink. So, like, I'm like a very liquidy person. I gotta always drink something. You know what I mean? I'll be smoking a lot. I'll be just partying a lot. I try to just keep on going. So, like, I like.
Well, you ain't put that lighter down yet, so I know you smoking a lot. I mean,
yeah, no, I've been had it in my hand. Look at my hand. But like, I like Red Bulls. I like Red Bulls. Just the small one. I drink probably like 1 a day. It's bad. It's bad. But like, I like them. Definitely a little Red Bull keeps me going. A little kick. I like food. If I go anywhere, I like Polishes with like extra onions.
See, that's
gotta be grilled though.
That's such a Chicago way to say a sausage with onions is calling it a Polish.
Because it's like,
that's interesting. I've never heard that. That's such a Chicago thing to say.
But what would you say though if you're gonna order that? You're like, can I get a sausage?
What if they give you peppers?
What if they exactly? What if they give you like a sausage that's like you know what I mean, like a brat? Or what if they give you a other type of sausage? You know, a smoked sausage, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so if we get a Polish, it's kind of like, you know what the Polish is. It's just a big Polish with grilled onions and you know, a thing.
But see, that's such a Chicago.
But yeah, it is. It definitely is. You know, because like the whole. But that's as much as I do though. I don't do like the beefs. I'm not really a beef person.
Oh, the Italian the beef dip sandwich. That's like Chicago has like a couple of good, like the Italian dip sandwich or whatever it is. The whole.
Yeah, I mean they got some, but it's like definitely the pizza. He says, "What's your favorite pizza?"
Yeah,
I like definitely deep. Well, okay, I like deep dish. Obviously, like keep it class. I like deep dish pepperoni, or I like the bocce's. We have bocce's here, and it's like a huge piece of pizza. Like imagine 2 silver plates. Not silver, but two like
serving plates,
barbecue plates. You know, aside, and it's one pizza, one slice, huge. Oh,
that's a big DC thing.
It looked like Goofy movie with dripping cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like it looked.
No, but it's thin crust though, right?
Yeah, it's like it's not like a thick crust, but it's definitely like it got that a little thick to it. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a pretty big pizza. It's like huge. It's 2 plates and you're holding that like, and it's going over the pizza. I mean the plate.
Chicago dog. I mean, yeah.
Chicago, I mean hot dogs. Yeah, I like hot dogs. They got a couple places. You got to get it with. I mean, people will be tripping if you have ketchup on it. I mean, I'm not gonna put ketchup on it, but I'm not gonna criticize you with ketchup on your hot dogs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm Hispanic, and I'm Puerto Rican, so we eat a lot of like white rice, ketchup, and eggs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But hot dogs, I like the little spots. Little spots I used to live on, like over East Side. For people who know, there's like called a Skyway hot dogs, and they give you like sport peppers in it.
Dude, you know about sport peppers?
Yeah, you gotta have sport peppers.
You know about sport?
They have sports peppers in the
in the
dog. Yeah, and the dog, they put it in the dog, and then it gives you relish and celery, celery salt though. It
Yes.
gotta have celery salt, and it's so. But like you can get it, and then you could dress it however people like to dress. People like tomatoes. I don't really like tomatoes, but like you could dress it however you want after that, I guess. But
I would
it'd be
high five
fire.
you right now just because you brought
It'd
up
be
the sports
fire.
pepper.
Yeah,
I
Swords
love
peppers.
sports peppers.
You gotta have a Swords pepper, man.
Like that's one of those ones like few people on the East Coast. That's not an East Coast thing at all. Like
No,
there's only a couple of spots that I've ever been to that had sports peppers. And folks, look up a sports
Swords
pepper.
peppers with a pizza. It just it you is the
I've
or
never
with a
had it on a
pizza too.
pizza.
I mean,
I've
no,
never had it
not
on.
on a pizza, not on a pizza with
Okay.
the pizza. Like kind of like what we have here is like jardinera. It's like a bunch of peppers together in like a sauce, not a sauce, kind of like a bunch of peppers in the juice of the jalapenos type stuff.
Okay.
And they put that on the pizza too, and it's like a pepper. It's like peppers and stuff like that.
Oh, it's a beautiful
That
thing. Yeah, Nate, we got to go to Chicago. There's a fat
yeah, I
kid.
mean
I've been to
it'd be tough
Chicago
to get
once.
breath.
I went to Chicago once, and I was in the Polish neighborhoods because the guy I was with, an old job. He was actually from Poland.
Yeah,
Dude was like 6'7", 6'9", played college basketball, and was originally from Poland. And we went out there, and he picked up all this stuff at one of the Polish neighborhoods and one of the Polish delis, and then we had like legit Chicago deep dish pizza
yeah.
downtown. It was good. Like I can't take nothing away from it, but
I
it's
mean,
very different. So
yeah, there's a lot of spots. There's a lot of different spots you can go to. There's so much other good food too. Like like I said, a lot of Hispanic places, a lot of foreign places,
I'm all about Hispanic food.
a lot of good stuff, man.
I'm all about Hispanic food. Like, don't get it twisted. Like goat stew, like good goat stew is a game changer to me. I will say I like Dominican style goat stew. That's my
Yeah,
favorite. But yeah, don't get it to hell. My son lived in Puerto Rico for year and a half when he got out of the Coast Guard. He just moved there, and
yeah,
he's a skinny, pale skinned white kid with red hair. He said that he was walking around in Puerto Rico, and people would be talking Spanish and be talking shit on him, and then he would
yeah.
turn around and look at him and then talk Spanish back to him, and they'd be like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, right.
And he was like,
That's a Hispanic thing. We're quick to think nobody understands us, so like we just talk about everybody.
"Yeah," especially like if you were to see my son, like I said, pale skin, redheaded kid that
Yeah.
looks like in no way, shape, or form should he be down here speaking Spanish, and he was like, and he was just like, and they were like, "Ah, damn, fuck."
Damn, got us.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've got the. Is there any cities that you're looking forward to in this tour? Or is it pretty much going to be in the Chicago area? Is there any spots that
Um,
like coming up
it's
to like
pretty
this
much
is my spot?
just all over the place. Like we have a couple places we want to go that I've never been. Also, like I've been to New York, but we want to go. We want to go hit up a couple colleges over there, in Jersey over there as well. Kind of like where all my music kind of pertains at here. LA, I've never been over there. California, um, just trying to honestly any place. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get my music out there as much as we can,
Well, how many people are
and just
traveling in this group? Like I know I saw on the website for your promotion company, I saw some of the artists that were on there. How many total of you guys would be going out, or would it just be you?
I think well, it would probably just be me. It'd be me that you would book it with. Like it'd be me, and then whatever's in my rider, but it's like self-explanatory.
I have to hook you up. Nate said he's got some spots back in Baltimore for you.
We're
You
gonna
know,
need that because
it, you
that's
know,
tape. This I'm telling you, this tape, it's a good mix of all type of good sounds,
I
and
love it.
it don't matter who age group, age limit. If you're this, if you're that, I feel like that's the whole part of naming it how I name it is feelings of a savage. You know what I mean? Like everybody thinks they're this person, they're this. What do you call it? That's fine. Like everybody thinks they're, I'm a savage, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, but it's like me too. I obviously, I think of that myself. I think I'm a little rebellious little kid, and I've been always wild, and that's when I'm younger. But I feel like at the end of the day, I don't want to neglect my feelings because like I go through a lot of things everybody else goes through. Um, I have, like ADHD, I have bipolar, I'm like clinically all these problems, but it's whatever. because it's just a lot of people go through stuff anyway. And it's like I don't care because I just want to show everybody what I go through. And it's kind of like a big conversation. You know what I mean? Like if you really
Yeah.
listen to the music, you listen to everything like that, you really hear that you're just not alone. You know what I mean? And that's just not, that's what I kind of want to portray, is that this music, it's a feel good, like you feel it, but you also hear like the what's going on in it, you know what I mean, all the time. And so that's what I really want to show everybody, and how we can get through whatever and even have a good time type, you know.
And you kind of bring up something. I've asked some other artists about this. When you have, like you just said, hey, I deal with real bipolar. I deal with
Yeah.
real ADHD, not just somebody popping off at the mouth. I deal with this.
Yeah.
Does, as an artist and as somebody who has that type of release, do
That's
you feel
terrible.
like that gives you an advantage to get through it?
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
No, fuck
It's
that.
terrible. No, it's terrible. It's imagine
It doesn't help
you
it.
no, it makes it worse, because it's imagine like I feel like I can conquer the world some days. And you feel like you know, imagine you believe in yourself every day you believe in yourself, and out of nowhere you can't help it that a day or two goes by and you're just like, why do I feel like I'm nervous? I'm not nervous. Like, me and you were just talking, we're having a good time, you know what I mean? Like if you know, the problems that I go through, the problems that which a lot of people go through that are even worse than mine. That's why I don't really like, I like to bring it to light that I go through these, but I don't like to talk too much on it, like specifically just because I know other people really have hard times with it. That's why I like my music to be my main vocal point, right? And so it's like, it's bad because if you think I'm on top of the world, then the next day I'm like, oh, like Feelings of the Savage 2's coming out Saturday. I don't want to be sad Friday, but I can't help it if I'm gonna be sad Friday. But it's like, that's real problems. That's real life problems. People are sad, people are happy. Sometimes it's just, it is what it is, you know?
Bro, that's amazing. It's interesting your take on it, and going through that. Nate's over here. He said if he can get you into Baltimore, he's gonna take you out for crab cakes. You can go out to crab cakes with Nate, but
I'm
just
gonna need some
don't
crab cakes.
just don't take his fantasy football picks.
No.
Just we'll skip over those. And we're gonna get ready to close this up in a minute. But something else I gotta ask you about. You got a couple of Funkos back there, brother. You got a couple
Oh
of Funkos.
no, that's yeah, don't make me. I'll take the whole screen. You'll see
What
a
you got? What
line.
you got? Look, I'm getting ready to go to New York City Comic Con, so
I'm
you ain't gonna throw me off. What you got?
I'm a collector of, like, I like collecting like little knickknacks from my desk setup. You know, my work like station, my games. I got a lot of like sports ones. I got like, look, I got little bear bricks.
What is that?
This is like little bear, like they're called bear bricks, and they come in like a thing. But you know, but like
They're
these
like
run you
Legos.
these. They're kind of like big Legos, but they're just, you know, they're called bear bricks, and they have all kinds of, like, you know, Funko Pops. They got all kinds of Funko Pops, but these they have all kinds. But they be expensive. That's why I started collecting Funko Pops, because bear bricks ran me like $200 plus. Yes,
Ooh-wee.
and I don't care who you is. That's $200 on a bear brick.
Yeah, that's $200 on a piece of plastic sitting on your
Yeah, it's gonna
shelf.
sit there. So like that's why I started collecting Funko Pops. But I got maybe like a lot right now. Way too
Well,
many.
the Funkos are out of control. You go to I was recently at a shop in Baltimore called Third Eye Comics. It's in Annapolis,
Yeah.
Maryland, and you go in there and they've got aisles
And
of.
that's, I like the little comic stores, the little comics ones in the mall. They always got the best ones,
Yeah,
because it's like the ones that you don't find other places. Because I don't collect them for the series. I collect them because I like that
something you're
character.
into.
You know what I mean? It's something I'm into. Everything's what I'm into. I got a whole like sports and stuff like that. You know.
Well, that's something
But
I
I
gotta ask
definitely.
you. I gotta ask you that too, because before we get off here, so now living between Texas and Chicago.
Oh yeah, no,
Uh,
I'm a big sports player. That's why I even went anywhere. I'm a
now,
baseball player.
so which is it? Okay, so baseball or White Sox. You
White
know,
Sox. White Sox.
White Sox. Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say White Sox, Cubs, or Rangers.
Or
What?
Rangers or Houston.
Yeah, or at
Nah, I like the White Sox definitely. Yeah.
So now, I mean, at least it's American League. I'll give you that. I mean,
Ah, yeah.
at least it's American League. I'm an O's fan. I suffer through it all. Very
Oh
easy to
man.
get hooked on Funko Pops. Absolutely, Nate. I never got into the Funko Pop. I got a couple
Oh,
of them around
very
the house.
easy. Very easy. I have like 200. No room to put them. I'm trying to like get a like thing. It's bad.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them. Like I got Doc Brown on the wall behind me from Back to the Future and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see around. Uh
Yeah. No, I got like a Biggie Smalls one. I got a Tupac one. I got all kinds of like,
See,
yeah.
that's the shit that I didn't even know they made in Funko.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that's why I like them, because they're so, like you said, it's very easy to get hooked on that, man.
Very easy. So we're gonna get ready to close this thing up here, folks. Make sure you take the time. Go check out TayOG's new album, Feeling of a Savage 2. At the same time, make sure you take the time and you go get Feeling of a Savage 1. And then when Feeling of a Savage 3 comes out, and 4 and 5 and 6, make sure you get all of them. Make sure you go and give him a follow on Instagram. His Instagram is DAREALREBELS so it's at the Rebels with an S at the end of it. Make sure you give that a follow. Go give him some love. You got a YouTube channel or anything like that? I didn't see a YouTube channel.
No, it's the Revive Productions YouTube channel. You know, you look up TayOG on Instagram. I mean on YouTube, no spaces, and you'll see my music, you see my videos. We're working on getting a lot more content, and you're gonna see a lot more from them. So.
And like I said, this Friday, the 16th, the album drops. That's this Friday.
Yeah.
Make sure you're out there getting it. You spend the money on it. If you want, you can get Tay's address and you can just mail him a check. He'll take that.
Whatever. P.O. box.
He got kids like I got kids. They're expensive.
Yeah.
He already said he got good fashion taste.
Yeah, we got a Funko Pop fixation. I got all these like
he got a Funko Pop addiction he needs to go ahead and take care of. You know, he needs all your help that he can get there. Nate gave you good luck. So make sure you're reaching out. Take care, Tay, as we always say around here, take care of those who take care of us. If you're first time you're finding us and you found us through Tay and through some of the stuff he's got going on, make sure you give us a like, follow, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. They're all the Above the Bar podcast. If you got that thing that you're supporting, as we said at the top of the show, you've got your own podcast, you've got your own music, you've got some charitable organization. I don't care what it is, and you got a sticker for it. Send me a message on any of those platforms. To include our email addresses theabovethebarpodcast@gmail.com. Send us out a message. We got a full scope of things coming up, folks. I mean, just keep following us on all those platforms. I got a little bit of everything going up, as we do on every episode there, Tay. There's a very important thing that's about to happen. Shake it off. You got yourself ready?
I'm ready. Hit me with
ready. You got this. One of the most important, and don't log off after we get done because we got to talk for a minute. That's the secret. See, that's more that we said this during when we were on Instagram. My best friend Ken asked it. Is this how the sausage is made? Absolutely. See, that's what's going to happen behind the stage here in a minute. You don't know what goes into it. We're going to get into it. So one of the most important things we do on this show is the guest always gets the last word. So what is the last word that you got for everybody?
One word or like
whatever you got, brother, whatever you are feeling at this moment. If it's one word, if it's a syllable, if you want to make a grunting noise or you want to read a diatribe, go for it.
Oh man. No, I just want to say, I can say something, right? I can say a little thing. I just want to say if you're making music or if you're making whatever you're doing in your life, if you really want to do that, keep doing it and actually believe in yourself, because it's a very, very, very big chance. If you believe in yourself, other people are going to believe in you too. So that's it.
Alrighty, folks. Be sure to push your stool in.
Yup.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.